Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have enjoyed the first course of the gala dinner. And to our Muslim guests, please be informed that the food served tonight is, of course, halal food. Right? Now, the time has come to ask our esteemed President, His Excellency Senator Dr. Richard Schenz, to deliver his welcome speech. Dear Mr. President, please join me on the stage.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to all of you on the occasion of the 30th anniversary celebration of the Austro-Arab Chamber of Commerce. At the beginning, allow me to express our thanks and gratitude for the following honorable persons: His Excellency and Mayor and Governor of the City of Vienna, Dr. Michael Ludwig, for his generous support and hosting us again in the prestigious hall of Vienna City, of the Vienna City Hall, to celebrate together our 30th anniversary. And on his behalf, we are honored to welcome Dr. Kurt Schürzenbecher, member of the Vienna City Council and Provincial Parliament. Our very special welcome goes to the founding father and Arab president of the Chamber, my dear friend, Kommerzialrat Nabil Kutzbari, president of Wimpex, sponsor of the International Star Performance, and main sponsor of this event. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kutzbari is sponsoring a lot, otherwise the chamber wouldn't exist in that shape. Let me welcome as well my dear friend and long-lasting boss, His Excellency Dr. Christoph Leitl, President of the Eurochamber and former President of the Austrian Federal Economic Chamber of Commerce. We worked together for 20 years almost in a very good mood. Let me also welcome Dr. Herbert Stepic, our honorary President of the Austro-Arab Chamber of Commerce, for our esteemed Arab guests and delegates. We are honored to warmly welcome to Your Excellency Dr. Ahmed Matik, Vice President of the Government of the National Accordance of Libya. Your Excellency Kamal Hassan Ali, Assistant Secretary General for Economic Affairs of the League of Arab States. Your Excellency Mr. Mohammed Abd Said, President of the Union of Arab Chambers. Their Excellencies, Presidents and Vice Presidents of the following Arab Chambers: His Excellency Mr. Ali Ghanem from Kuwait, His Excellency Mr. Mohammed Raid from Libya, His Excellency Senator Nail Al-Kabariti from Jordan, His Excellency Sheikh Khalifa bin Yassem Al Thani from Qatar, and His Excellency Mr. Abdullah Sultan Al Owais, United Arab Emirates. We are also honored by the presence of Your Excellency, the Ambassador of the Arab countries, Your Excellencies, representatives of the Federation of Chambers from Iraq, Jordan, Libya, Syria, and UAE. Your Excellency, the Secretary General of the United Arab Chambers, His Excellency Dr. Khaled Hanafi. And Secretary General from the Joint Arab Chambers of Commerce from Belgium, Brazil, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, England, Greece, and Qatar and Kuwait. The esteemed members of the Board of Directors of Arab Chambers of Commerce and Arab and Joint Arab Chambers. His Excellency Mr. Faisal bin Abdulman Muammar, Secretary General of CACID. The representatives from the International Diplomatic Corps, international organizations such like OFID, OPEC, UNIDO, and from Austrian and Arab ministries. A special welcome goes to our Secretary General, Mr. Muda Kusha. He is the responsible person if anything is not functioning. And of course, a very warm welcome to you, esteemed members, visitors, guests. Thank you very much for honoring us with your presence today. Ladies and gentlemen, 30 years ago, on the 8th of March 1989, the historic Wappensaal here in this prestigious building witnessed the founding conference for the establishment of the Austro-Arab Chamber of Commerce in the presence of Dr. Franz Vranitzky, the former Chancellor of the Republic Austria, Dr. Helmut Zilk, the former mayor of the city of Vienna, and Mr. Rudolf Sallinger, the president of the Austrian Federal Economic Chamber at that time. And many others with the aim of establishing an economic, cultural platform to support, promote, and enhance relations between the Arab countries and Austria in various fields. The Chamber would not have to see light within the strenuous efforts and initiative of His Excellency Mr. Adnan Kassar, Kommerzialrat Nabil Kuzbari, the founding father of our chamber, and to support of the President of the Arab Ambassadors Council. At the same time, His Excellency Ambassador Abdul Hamad Al-Avedi from Kuwait. We are especially honored to celebrate our 30th anniversary with our dear members who have given us their confidence for the last 30 years. We are looking forward to further providing our services and the good cooperation and relation between Austria and the Arab countries for the next 30 years and perhaps more years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of anniversaries, let me reveal to you that we have yet another anniversary to celebrate tonight. It is with great pleasure that I announce that this year, 2019, also marks the 10th anniversary of our dear friend, Mr. Mudakusha. Our Secretary General in the Chamber. I would like to express our sincere appreciation to Mr. Kusha, to all his highly valued efforts and his incredible hard work, his initiatives and his dedication to the Chamber, its mission, members and clients. Mr. Kusha is the motor, let me say, to striving force of our Chamber, and it is my honor and pleasure to thank him for all what he has done and the achievements during the past 10 years of his service. And we are looking forward to many more years to go. In this context, we have also prepared a special surprise as a highlight of this event, and allow me to indicate that one of the following speakers, His Excellency Dr. Kurt Schützenbecher, will elaborate more specifically in this regard. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you will enjoy the program and the special performance of international stars during this gala, and wish you all a pleasant and enjoyable evening. Thank you very much.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, most distinguished guests, I have the honor to give you the best regards from the Mayor and Governor of Vienna, Mr. Michael Ludwig. My name is, as Mr. Schanz already has said, Kurt Stürzenbecher, member of the Provincial Parliament of Vienna and also Chairman of the City Council Committee of Finance, Economy, Digitalization and International Affairs. We are very proud that the Arab Austrian Chamber of Commerce is celebrating its 30th anniversary with a festival gala dinner program in the context of the 11th Arab Austrian Economic Forum in the splendid setting of the Grand Festival Hall at the Vienna City Hall. When the festival hall was built in the late 19th century, it was the biggest hall in the whole country, 71 meters long, 20 meters wide, and 18.5 meters high. It is mainly used for large-scale events such as balls, concerts, exhibitions, or receptions like this evening. Vienna is an important location of international exchange, and Vienna is one of 4 capitals of the United Nations and the seat of 12 United Nations organizations and nearly 40 international organizations. Therefore, we are very happy that the 11th Arab-Austrian Economic Forum brings together prominent officials and representatives of the Austrian economic and political scene, along with high-ranking figures and decision makers from the business, the economy, and diplomatic fields from Arab countries, including ministers, ambassadors, presidents, and functionaries from chambers of commerce and other relevant authorities. This year's forum deals with very important themes: energy, industrialization, water, and infrastructure. But I wish the Arab-Austrian Chamber of Commerce the best success for the future and for the next 30 years. But this is not the end of my speech. On the contrary, however, on this evening, it is both a pleasure and a privilege for me to award the Decoration of Merit in Gold of the province of Vienna to Mr. Moda Kosher. Moda, you have to wait only 6 minutes. This is how long my speech will be. Moda Kosher was born in 1966 in the North Syrian city of Aleppo, then the economic and industrial center of Syria. At the age of 14, he moved to Hamburg, Germany with his family and went to school there. In October 1985, he came to Vienna for his university studies and enrolled as a student of Information and Technology at the Vienna University of Technology in 1986. He graduated in 1992 with the traditional engineer's degree, Diplom-Ingenieur. While at university, Moda Kosher already started to build a multinational network throughout the entire Arab world and Europe, including Austria. He worked in executive positions for businesses like Tel-It Telecom, Cisco Professional Services, One, Connect Austria, and Siemens Austria. In 2009, he was appointed Secretary General of the Austrian Arab Chamber of Commerce, AACC. During this term as Secretary General, Mr. Kosher used his excellent relations with official agencies, ministries, economic chambers, and business leaders in the Arab countries to organize invitations and delegation visits of high-ranking Arab business representatives and decision-makers to Vienna and Austria. In this context, his agenda included scheduling official meetings with the Vienna city government, organizing knowledge exchange at expert level, and visits to research facilities, to name only some tasks. He cooperated closely with the Vienna Business Agency, the Austrian Federal Economic Chamber, and the Vienna Economic Chamber. In all brevity, it is impossible to even begin recalling all the high-ranking visits that were initiated by Mr. Kuscher. Moda Kuscher also contributed substantially to the organization and implementation of events, conferences and meetings in Vienna on current business and trade topics. One of his most notable initiatives was the Arab-Austrian Economic Forum, a series of events that was successfully implemented and expanded thanks to his professional and thoughtful planning as Secretary General of the AACC. Moda Kuscher has always been committed to promoting Vienna abroad. As coordinator and head of AAC business delegations, he regularly took official representatives of the city of Vienna and Viennese businesses to many Arab countries. What is more, Moda Kuscher has become a sought-after consultant, advisor, and coordinator for the implementation of major business, real estate, and investment projects in Vienna. He has rendered equally impressive services to Vienna as a capital of art and culture and as a leading tourist destination for high-ranking guests from the Arab world. Thanks to him, countless Arab guests and their families have come to Vienna to see the numerous attractions and sights of the city. I came into contact with Moda Kuscher, and I think it's 20 years ago, and we are friends, I can say it, since 20 years, due his work for integration policy and his contribution to intercultural and interreligious dialogue in Vienna. He has been and remains an excellent mediator and builder of bridges between different cultural communities. He is valued by many for his advice and experience in organizing conferences, debates, and lectures. Let me also mention the Floridsdorf Integration Circle, Integrationskreis Floridsdorf, which he founded in cooperation with former district chairman Heinz Lehner. In his role as integration speaker of the Islamic religious community, Mr. Kuscher initiated the Austrian Imam Conference. He is active in the Vienna De-Radicalization and Prevention Network and played a significant role in the opening and consecration of Vienna's first Islamic cemetery. In spite of his many commitments, he still finds time to work as a volunteer and support humanitarian initiatives for refugees. Mr. Kuscher is highly deserving of the Decoration of Merit in Gold of the province of Vienna, and I would like to extend my warmest congratulations.
Gut, du weißt mehr als ich über mich. Vielen Dank. Danke. Danke.
Als ob das nicht rauskommt. So, dass man sieht.
Dass man sieht, ja? Ja. Danke, lieber.
Noch die Urkunde vielleicht.
Oh. Danke, lieber Gott. Du weißt von mir mehr als ich weiß. Ja. Danke, vielen Dank. Dankeschön. Danke. Ladies and gentlemen, I recognize today that this gentleman knows about me more than myself I do. And because it is a surprise, I just prepared a speech today. My dear Dr. Kurt Stürzenbecher, my dear friend, elaborate a lot, but let me just try to have some points of my life, and this is, I think, very crucial for me. As my dear friend Kurt Stürzenbecher already said, I was born in Aleppo, and Aleppo, ladies and gentlemen, is the most ancient city in the world, which goes back to 11,000 years before. It was the end of the Silk Road. Ladies and gentlemen, and it was the commercial center, not only for Syria, but also for the region, commercial industrial center. It's not easy to leave this city in the years of 14, coming to Hamburg, which is also a very big city when it's come to commerce. Hamburg is one of the major capital when it's come to commercial treatment worldwide. I arrived 1985, as indicated before, and it was a very cold and wet days in October when I started to study in this city. I witnessed the richness of this city, the richness, and also the building of this city is reflecting the rich history and magnificent art and architecture. I arrived, ladies and gentlemen, with my North German dialect, Hamburger slang. And believe me, it was challenging to take place in this community. German are very straight when it's come to wording, and Austrian are very calm and diplomatic. And this is a magnificent thing that I discussed during my stay in this country. I found in Austrian manners of dealing with others to be refined, as I said, in diplomatic and even on personal level. Culture, arts, music are in every corner in this magnificent city. And country as a whole, which was home to several famous composers, such as Strauss, Beethoven, Brahms, Mozart, and any others. Within a few years, this country and its capital, Vienna, have become my chosen home, which I am still and will remain proud of. Not only is Vienna in first place as the world's best livable city, according to international rankings such as those conducted by Mercer and economists, but also it combines authenticity and modernity. It has a breathtaking nature in the summer, and it is home to many international organizations as well as a science and technological hub for institutions. I have always believed that each individual has mission toward the place he or she belongs to. She or he either takes on that mission effectively and transform it to something positive and constructive, or remain passive with no contribution to his community. I took upon myself the duty of contribution to my society and making a positive impact. And this I leave for distinguished guests to evaluate. I leave it for yourself. Today, I see myself as an Austrian of Syrian origin from Aleppo, the ancient city which sadly 70% has been destroyed, and half of its residents became displaced. I'm convinced that I have a crucial mission at this time, which is presenting a good example for every person who has migrated. By the way, migration is a challenge, but also it is an enrichment of the society. Maybe the discussion we are witnessing today are not the truth. If you see throughout the history, you will see that integration has always a very positive contribution to all society. Look at US to France, to Germany, to Russia, to every nation in this world. Again, migration is an enrichment, and this is a very important point we have to tell today. I hope that we witness soon the day when peace prevails in Aleppo and Syria and the whole region, and people can return to those countries safely. I would like to dedicate this badge of honor to my beloved parents and to my beloved wife and children, Omar, Yusuf, Yasmin, and Dania, and to my brothers. I would like also to express my gratitude to my dear friend, Governor Dr. Michael Ludwig, our dear Austrian President, Senator Dr. Richard Schenz, to my mentor, founder of the Arab President and the Arab President of our chamber, Kumatsiarat Kuzbari, and my dear friends, the parliamentarian member, Engineer Omar Rawi, who is not joining us today, and to the distinguished Arab ambassadors for their continuous support. Many thanks for you. Finally, yet importantly, I salute Mrs. Leila Kaplan, who was the driving force behind this award. And my entire team at the Austro-Arab Chamber of Commerce. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me in my name and on behalf of my fellow staff members of AACC to express our honor and pleasure to work with Mr. Khouja. Chef, we are very proud of you and happy to work under your supervision and learn from your extensive experience. Please, more of that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have to confess we were a little mixed up with the program. Now, as we have received some requests for presentations of awards from Mr. Abdallah Al-Awais from Sharjah Chamber. Is he here now? Yes. And also from Mr. Qaisar Hijazin from the Arab Belgium Luxembourg Secretary General of the Arab Belgium Luxembourg Chamber of Commerce, from Mr. Rashad Mabjar. Please, you are very welcome on the stage now.
Ladies and gentlemen, our friend mother is getting emotional, and we want to make it more. All right? So, would like to, he's a dear friend. He's really a driving force in the Austrian Arab Chamber under the leadership of Nabil Kuzbari. But one word has to be said and recognized. All the joint Arab foreign chambers have a great leader in their domain, that they are the one who give us the inspire. We have here His Excellency Ali Al-Ghanem, Abu Marzouk Al-Am, we have Al-Ru'ayd, we have the Arab League, and Sheikh Khalifa and Nail Kabariti, and above all, the President of the Arab Union of Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Mohammed Abdul Saeed. And of course, our Secretary General, who is very full of energy, and Khalid is always there I mean, he has a wealth of knowledge to provide and support this union. But the work of the Arab Secretary Generals, I don't know, it's a speech because I want Mother to cry more. The work of other Secretary Generals are really addicted in a way. And therefore, I understand why Mother is tonight like that, because he's taking his assignment wholeheartedly to provide something for the Arab-Austrian relations. And congratulations, Mr. Kuzbari, and congratulations to you, Mother. Okay. I gave a mother a gift from, be aware when the Greeks present to you a gift, they say, but I gave him a gift full of gold. He can resell it in time of recession. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
As I have no more time for speech because he took all times, I have, as he speaks about gold, as I'm coming from Belgium, capital of diamonds, I am sorry to mention I have two gifts for you. One now, and I forget diamonds in the hotel.
Okay.
Please accept this one. Thank you.
Thank you. Shukran. Shukran. Shukran.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I wish everyone is fine today. And thank you very much for the invitation. Thank you very much to be together here in the Vienna city of love. Sure, and I'm coming from United Arab Emirates, the place where the horse always available. I wish you a good dinner, good time, good health, and good future.
Thank you.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, please.
Richard,
Yeah, please. vielen Dank. شكرا. Thank you very much. Ustad Madar معنا, please.
Good evening. In the evening, the shorter the speech is, even the better. But I have to speak some word and congratulate my dear mother. Your Excellencies, guests of honor, dear ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and great pleasure to celebrate this evening together, the 30th year of establishing this chamber. 30 years ago, in this chamber has been established in this nice historical building, that time under the patronage of former Chancellor Dr. Bruno Kreisky and the presence of former Chancellor Dr. Franz Vranitzky, unfortunately couldn't attend today. One of the founders of the chambers is my dear friend, Dr. Speech. He was the 17 years the president of the chambers, and our dear friend Abu Marzouk, what we say, he is the father of the joint chamber, and he is the president of the Kuwaiti Chamber of Commerce. Someone asked, what about these joint chambers? As a matter of fact, joint chambers and all Arab chambers is under the umbrella of the Union Chamber of Commerce, which is present today with our dear friend Mohammed Abdul Saeed. Further, all chambers, joint chambers, and again, all chambers are under the umbrella of the Arab League. Today is presented with Deputy General Mr. Hadi Ahmed. Ahmed, welcome. Thank you. And furthermore, I want to ask one of the founder, our dear friend, Mr. Lewis Lesser, chairman of ILF. Unfortunately, he is not able to come. And again, I want to mention our dear friend, Minister Adnan Kassar. He is not able to come. Nowadays, what we are speaking about our area, unfortunately, our area, the MENA region, we enter the Arab Spring, but by the end of the day, we entered a lot of changes and turbulence in our area. And I hope that we are entering now the deep winter, and I hope that the spring, real spring, will come with a lot of flowers, and we are living in peaceful in our area. As a matter of fact, I'm saying all the time, we need 3S: security, safety, and stability. These 3S are leading to stability, and we are going to live in peace and prosperities. I hope these days will come. I want to thank you indeed for your presence this evening and to join this evening together. And furthermore, I want to ask, where Mother? Thank you, Mother, for your excellent support and really top management under our President, Senator Dr. Richard Chance. Thank you, Mother, for the last 10 years for extraordinary works what you have done. Congratulate you for this award what you get today. I cannot see Mother. Where's Mother? Oh, come to say congratulate you. As a matter of fact, he is the driving force of the chamber. Thank you indeed, and enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Happy birthday. 3 decades, 30 years. If a child is 30 years, it's turning from youth to an adult. You now are grown-ups. You did a lot. Thank you very much. Bilateral, building bridges. First of all, in the sector of economy, and many trade relations, many investments were made with mutual benefit and with a lot of trust, of confidence, and friendship. That's connecting the Arabic countries and Austria. Long-lasting, reliable ties of tolerance, understanding, and cooperation. Thank you very much. And that's what remaining if all figures are faded out, friendship, that was remaining. It's a substance of our life. And this wonderful audience here today is showing this substance. We can feel it, and we will celebrate it. Thank you very much. What are you doing in practice? The companies as well as all the others. We are bridges to economy, to science, and to culture. The 3 main pillars of human understanding. A 4th one is missing. And if the Secretary General of Dialogue Center is here, Ben Muammar, we need an understanding also in the sector of religions. It was in the very beginning of your religion, all 3 religions were close together. We should come back to that. I tell it because I'm convinced that we are perhaps different routes, but these different routes go to the same tree. And why do I, as a businessman, tell it? And not only because I'm interested in history. No, I'm interested in that what you, Mr. Kuspari, was telling just now a few minutes ago. We need peace and prosperity. And there is no peace around the world if there is not a peace between the religions. As president of the European Chamber of Commerce, we are in favor for free trade with all parts of the globe, not making obstacles. No, free markets, open markets, free competition. That's what we are living for. That's what we are dedicated to. Free markets. We're in favor for SMEs, a small and medium-sized enterprise. We have to accompany them a little bit more than the big ones. They can help themselves. And we are dedicated to circular economy. Climate change is a big issue. It's a big challenge, but has a lot of opportunities, of chances also for business people, innovation, creativity. We are challenged and we have to give appropriate responses. And as chairman of the Global Chamber Platform, I'm very happy to represent 100 million companies with 1 billion people employed in that. And also the Arabic chambers are indirectly members, an umbrella organization. And we want to raise our voice. What's going on in the world? And what is business thinking? Which ideas do businesses have? And let's address the G20, the Great 20. Saudi Arabia next year will have the chair of the G20. That's an opportunity to bring in your ideas, our ideas. Business wants stability. Business wants progress, wants peace and prosperity. And we are in responsibility for young people. They are gifted, they are talented so much. They have so many hopes for the future. They are not to be disappointed. And that's the main point of us, of the business people. Not to disappoint young people. Give them possibilities, opportunities, education, skills, and life perspectives to realize their own lives. And that's what we are standing for. And that's what the core factor of our celebration today. Thank you very much once again. Have a nice evening and a successful 4th decade.
We are now honored to learn about Syria, the cradle of civilizations, as presented by the famous and internationally renowned expert and scholar, Dr. Ma'in Khatamin. Please, the stage is yours.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Or, in Austrian, Guten Abend. Or, Ramsha Tava. Do you happen to know what is the meaning of Ramsha Tava? Anyone? Yes? No? No one knows what is Ram Shatava? I'm very happy that no one knows what is Ram Shatava. Should anybody know the meaning of the word, you would have ruined my speech. So thank you very much for that. Actually, Ram Shatava is good evening in Aramic language. Not Arabic, Aramic. Aramic is the language of Jesus Christ and is the language of ancient Syria. I don't blame you for not knowing what is the meaning of Ram Shatava, as only 1 to 2 million persons around the world know the meaning of this sentence, and most of them reside today in Syria. This language is recognized today by the UNESCO as an endangered language. And sadly, after 3,000 years of its existence, it may soon become extinct. As a Jordanian, I will talk to you tonight about Greater Syria, as this term comprises Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, and Jordan. I am a Jordanian from Syria who will talk tonight about Syria, but Syria to Syrians is not a country or a geographical territory. Rather, it is a story, and it is not a story that could be told. Rather, it is lived and passed by generations, not through letters and words, but through civilized prints and culture that is left behind on the face of time. So, for example, if you are a civilization lover, you will definitely find parts of this history in each one of the 30 civilizations that lived in Syria. The Babylons, Akkadians, Kurds, Aramic, Sumerians, Nabateans, Romans, and many, many more. But if you are auditory and have a tendency to learn through hearing, then you will enjoy the story told by the bell ringing of churches in Bethlehem, where Jesus Christ was born. Or you will view very interesting parts of the story on the stunning stone monuments of the rose city of Petra, which was carved 3,000 years ago and became one of the 7 wonders of the world. However, if you love nature, you will feel the warmth of the Syrian story in a Syrian morning sunbeam, or you will experience it as sadness carried by the last Jerusalem sunbeam before a sunset. The story of Syria is full of symbols, magic, and mystery, and does not tell everything at once. Rather, it passes its wisdom to a generation after another. Whenever we try to find the very beginning of the story of Syria, we realize that Syria has no beginning and surely has no end. Although the story of Syria did not start with the birth of the many prophets that lived in or passed through Syria, you will find it in their prophecies, and you will find it in every prayer and every moment you feel close to God. Ladies and gentlemen, although I can't tell you the story of Syria, I am honored to inform you that I am standing before you tonight to deliver to you a message from Syria. Thus, I stand before you as a messenger. While I was preparing myself to come to Austria, a gentle breeze with Damascus jasmine scent, filled with mist from Dijla wal Furat, Tigris and Euphrates rivers, tickled me and said, "O traveler, the son of the desert,
and the Dead Sea. You are destined to meet sacred Austria, the land of immortal music, romance, and pride. Listen to me very carefully, O traveler, and do as you are destined to do. Stand by the Danube River and free your soul. Soon it will be embraced by the soul of the great Austrian composer Strauss, and tell him Ramshatava, and thank him for enabling Syria to dance the waltz, and tell him that all lovers in Syria danced in the moonlight to the tunes of his glorious music and those of Mozart long before they had to dance to the tunes of bullets and explosions. And probably that's why they found in their hearts a space for accepting the stark contrast. Tell both great musicians that Syria sends you her love and gives you a gift. It gives you the oldest musical notation in history, which was found in Ogarit, Syria, on a clay tablet dating back to 3,400 years. Tell them to look after the soul of its creator, as I am sure his soul will not find rest but in Vienna, just like the soul of Beethoven and close to the souls of Strauss, Mozart, Haydn, and all genius musicians that have ever existed. The soft breeze whispered again in my soul and said, in your gala dinner, O my messenger, please ask the guests to look around them and appreciate the beauty of the place. I am sure you will dine in a fine place in Vienna, and I am sure you will be in a large hall made primarily from concrete. Tell the guests that concrete was first discovered in Syria 6,400 years ago. And do thank the Austrian concrete for elegantly accepting to play the role of a silent host of such a fine gathering, rather than collapsing on the heads of Syrian children. The breeze urged me to search in Vienna for the soul of that great Austrian scientist, Karl Landschneider, who in the year 1900 discovered the blood groups A, B, AB, and O. Do find his soul and deliver to him a message from the soul of the great Syrian scientist Ibn al-Nafis, who in the year 1242 discovered the pulmonary circulation, the blood circulation. The message to Landschneider Steiner is in fact a question. Dear Karl, when you analyzed blood groups, did you discover a blood group that is worthless or has no value? Can you tell the world which blood group does the Syrian blood belong to? Is it really outside A, B, AB, and O? At this very moment, and as I realized that the message is getting really heavy and utterly complicated, I tried to disappear. But the breeze followed me swiftly and said, finally, my hope, I want you to find the Austrian neurologist and founder of psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud, and ask him the following question. Aren't you the one who once said, civilization began the first time an angry person cast a word instead of a rock? If that is true, for humanity's sake, please tell us if we can call it a civilization that allows an angry person to cast a bullet instead of a word. Oh, my dear traveler, although the dead don't ever come back, but Freud's soul might explain to your soul, why would anyone in the world plant or allows the planting of bombs in the Fertile Crescent in Syria, which is the most fertile place on this planet? The priest said to me, this is my message, and you must be proud that I chose you to deliver it to glorious Austria, which I am sure it will deliver it to the rest of the world in its own words, as Vienna knows that Syria is where the first alphabet in history was found. Ladies and gentlemen, we meet tonight with many shared values, particularly the values of mutual respect, peace, understanding, and friendship. We carry within our souls many rhymes that are not yet composed, many poems that are not yet written, many wishes that are not yet fulfilled, and many prayers that are not yet answered. We meet for a better, brighter, and prosperous future. But would there be a brighter future? There is unwarranted and unexplained suffering, agony, and pain. Dear friends, God is my witness. I have delivered the message. And please accept my invitation to each and every one of you to become honorable messenger of Syria. Syria deserves that, and you surely deserve the honor. As the historian André Parrot once said, every cultured man belongs to two nations, his own and Syria. Finally, I would like to say once again, Ram Shatava. Please don't tell me that you don't know what is the meaning of Ram Shatava, because after 10 minutes of talking, if you don't know the meaning, I will straight go to the airport, back to Jordan, never give a speech again. Ram Shatava, good evening, and thank you all very, very, very much.
The last musical highlight from Vivaldi's Seasons.